Alright, hopefully we are all ready. Just an ordinary day outside of city. Here in Wars World.
Go Rex, go! Llama in space. We're certainly not fighting Potat.
God help me. The ultimate enemy is indeed the potato. But we have made it to the final battle of Advance Wars 1. But not the final battle, but it is the final battle. But it's not exactly the final battle.
Alright, we had a look at this last time, but
I'll take a look again.
alright. So jaunty.
Ah, the loading screen is a black hole tank now.
Ooh.
Yes, in the original game, there of course weren't any of these black hole units. These all came along in 2, so it's always fun to see them kind of backported into this. But this is indeed the final battle. Sturm is a motherfucker. He is still, you know, defense down. The problem is when the force is this big, like, Andy can't really get away with just trading evenly with him. So basically, the entire point of this map is to survive the fucking onslaught that we're gonna get here. God, that is 4 bombers, 3 medium tanks, 3 regular tanks, 6 anti-airs. He does not want to be bothered in the air.
Which is wild, because we
4
don't have any air
battlecopters.
units.
It is a little bit funny, yeah. So we have these guys
We have 2 battlecopters.
who are going to just be fucking shredded.
Oh boy. Yeah.
So we have 3 different teams. We will eventually out-economy this fucking blob, but they are very separated from each other, which means reinforcements are difficult. We
The
talked.
money is also split as well, which is rough.
Across all of them. If we look at it right now, we see, like, you know, we've already got more units than him, and we've got about a 7 city deficit in terms of funding. But the splits make it a lot harder to, like, fight him properly here. The interesting question is if I, like, give these to Andy or kind of have Max sneak over and steal them. So if you did miss it last time, we are Andy, Max, and Kanbei. Kanbei's got a pretty impressive force here. At least some of it is going to have to stick around and deal with Sturm's Super CO power, which we have not, you know, seen, but it is named Meteor Strike, so you might be able to work it out. That's the question. Where, of course, we already started taking these properties with Andy. Question will be what we do with all the rest of our stuff here.
Yes. So you'll likely get the 4 cities left and right for respective people. 4, 5? 5 on that side.
Yeah,
6 on that side.
I believe so.
Yeah, and you may want to grab at least 2 of those cities down there.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about Andy is, even though he's not going to be on the offensive, you don't want to starve him too much.
Yes. If he loses, you lose. Which is honestly the biggest lose condition, obviously.
Yep.
Alright, there's like a small chance that I'll be able to use the missiles to bait his thing into being stupid. His bomber can move like here. If I put missiles here, I think that'd cover it. And if I can get that, the missiles would be worth it.
Yeah.
Everything beyond that is just God help me. The copters in particular are going to be quite hard to defend, like against the fighters. But the copters are like really good, so if I can do that, I'd really like to.
And it's harsh when you don't have Eagle because you don't have his fighters.
Yes, to at least help with this giant mess. Kanbei does at least have
A whole bunch
a
of
ton of
anti-airs,
anti-airs
yeah.
that are almost certainly basically all going to go over.
Yep.
Because if we can deal with the Air Force, his normal like stuff, his land units are stuck going through these 3 holes in the city and then these 3 bridges especially. Because like he gets one move on all these forests, but he still can't make his tanks cross rivers. And hello, Endark. We are just getting started. Mostly just figuring out like where the hell I'm gonna put all of Andy's stuff. Andy has 7,000. I probably just buy 2 infantry.
You have to watch out for the one on the left.
And look to send there. Oh yeah, I know. Like right now, these guys can move pretty much anywhere. The copters are sort of like
American has bomber on the left.
can move pretty much nowhere. Yeah. Basically just about covering these cities here. And I definitely want to move my anti-air as far forward as I can. You know, if I get a cheeky kill on those, that would also be really good for me and worth the trade. Alright, so that can go up to the, like, just above the city, so I'll do this. And then his furthest forward tank can move to here.
Yeah, it's basically impossible to get those towns.
Oh god, yeah, these cities are not happening. Not even a chance. Not even this one.
Which is why the back cities for Andy are
Yeah,
actually
pretty important. So I'm gonna build 2 infantry here. And that guy moves basically down all the way, so that works. It's about the same with the 2 of them, but... And then the medium tanks are sort of just around.
Yeah, they're just sort of trying to stop his little tanks from running riot over you.
Yep. Eventually I'm gonna build like a bunch of artillery and just hope that I can blow up more of his stuff than he blows up of mine,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
That's kind of all we can do. We, you know.
Yeah. As Max and Kanbei advance,
Yep.
you just hope that you can get to Andy in time, basically.
Yeah, and we kind of want to keep these too far from each other to avoid drawing Sturm's ire.
Yeah.
Alright, so yes, just double check these. Yeah, we're still safe on that end. I'm kind of just going to move them in here. And again, if the fighters blow them up, that's just life.
Yep.
Alright, I think that's all for Andy. We do have an APC that will definitely get sacrificed hardcore at some point. But we'll hold on to it while we can.
We can't afford to lose this time.
Yeah, Max wants to get that airport really
Yes,
badly.
once Max gets some bombers going, we'll be in business.
He of course has to, watch out for those, but he does have a bunch of anti-airs, so...
Yes.
I think what I normally do is have one infantry just kind of line.
Mm-hmm. I'm debating throwing a tank here for Sturm to be like, hey, buddy. Which would take a little bit of the heat off Andy. At the cost of a max tank.
That's interesting.
Which is, of course, not relevant for a while. So it's like, I feel like that's probably worth doing.
Right. can sack it with.
Yeah, I might even do it on this because I think it wouldn't die if it was on the base.
Yep.
And then we just have the anti-air behind
yeah.
to just clean up, and that may again if we can if you can get the AI to do stupid things, it will help out immensely in this mission. You know, the AI is incredibly favored to just slam up the gut. And if it was smart, it would just send all of its units this way, crush Andy in one turn, and then the map would be over. Luckily, it's not. Definitely also worth asking if any of Andy or any of Max's like back units would want to go backwards around to potentially help out.
Like the only problem with that is that because you can't move
Yes.
blue units at the same time as red units, is that you can...
It makes it for awkward turns. It does also make the money a bit more awkward because again, like we really badly need him to be over here. It's an awkward one though because of course like these tanks won't be doing much until they get up there.
Yeah.
And this is so narrow. This is painfully annoying to push through, but also going down and around is also really annoying. So the brunt of Max's force definitely does go up here.
Yes, the anti-airs and the medium tanks for absolutely certain.
Yeah. It's like at most I would consider sending this medium tank over. And even then, it's probably that Kanbei's air.
But you know what? Kanbei is easier to reinforce.
Yes, because instead of being down here, the gap is right here, and
yes,
it's too
where
wide.
he wants to go, yeah.
Where we're going to be fighting Sturm anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy definitely goes up. Again, I have full faith that at least one and probably both of these bombers are going to come over to Max if I do this. And that's really good.
Shakespeare AAs are as far forward as anything.
Yep. You definitely come up here. The other part, of course, is that I'll want to have them spread out enough for the potato. But it's not relevant this turn. It may be relevant next turn. Depending on how much damage we do to Sturm. But that may just be spreading all of our shit out as far as possible.
That little tank could be the only one.
That's kind of what I'm thinking, and I feel like I might.
Yeah.
Just because we're gonna need to scrap.
It's not really gonna do anything.
Yeah. And like the medium tanks, they kind of move too slow for this to even really be that relevant. So
yeah.
It's like, probably just keep him there. Move him there. He'll move before the other one tries to take the city.
Yep.
But yeah, this guy will take the city. This guy will probably beeline the airport.
Yep.
Probably also do once again just eco.
Yep. But yeah, it is like you want max bombers.
Sonia, I will protect you with my life.
You can even use max bombers to try and trick Storm into going anti-air,
Yep.
and then slap him with max medium tanks.
Yep.
Max and Kanbei medium tanks in this case, because I had Eagle and he definitely went anti-air for Eagle, and I just slammed into him with tanks.
Yep. Yeah, the nice thing is that because you have so much money in this map, once you get rolling, you can kind of just build anything you want to counter him. Alright, so yes, the anti-air are absolutely fucking rolling today.
Yeah, yeah.
Sadly, everyone's in everyone's way. I thought that one might actually be able to get a little further. We almost certainly send at least one medium tank. I am not sure if we send too many more, which is sad, but again, Patat.
Potat.
Everything you do in this map is relative to Potat. It will make sense, trust me. Worth taking a quick look. A Kanbei medium tank costs 19,200. So like when we're gonna be doing money calculations, that's the number we're gonna be working on at base. Okay, yeah, this recon is actually safe all the way over to here, which is fine. Recons won't be worth too much, but if Sturm actually ever does try to capture properties on the other side, it will be, you know, good to use those for that. Alright. Legitimately debating if I want to move these 3 at all, which is very funny. Definitely building infantry. I mean, they can go up and then, you know, pull other units over if we want. Oh, I got the hiccups. God help me. Alright, well, turn 1.
Those fools.
We sure are. Oh, 28,000. Dear God.
I know, it's ridiculous. It's so much money. That is a lot of helicopters coming our way.
Sure is. Alright, this is the important one. Damn.
Oh!
If he's gonna offer, though...
Mm-hmm.
Alright, that should be missile-able. The missiles will die for doing this, but that's a trade in my favor. Ah, the other bomber is also dead. Okay, potato is 200% happening here.
I'm pretty sure Kanbei's anti-air is going to take out at least one bomber.
Yes,
well.
I think all the bombers are dead now, which is huge. So let's just take a quick look at this and watch how fast it maxes out. Quick look at what he built, of course. A fuck ton of infantry. Fascinating.
Well, he needs to grab more funds.
Oh my god. Yeah, all he built was infantry. He didn't even use the 2 airports. Oh my god, he's gonna deploy a mountain of
Make
troops.
sure we capture ours.
Yep. This is also made more difficult by the fact that because we have 3 turns, I'm gonna have to plan how much money I'm throwing onto the potato beforehand and make sure that there's nothing else that, like, is more than that elsewhere. The nice thing is that with 3 Kanbei medium tanks, like, these are worth more than almost all of Andy's force in their entirety. Alright, so... The first question is actually if I would rather move the missiles back and just have Kanbei's anti-air blow this guy up.
Yeah, I can reach him, right?
Yeah, this one can, and this one can reach that. Like, I can actually get to his entire air force with Kanbei's anti-airs
yeah, that's
here.
definitely what you do, I think.
You know, it's like the missiles aren't worth that much, but
I take it they can't get the copters.
I don't believe so. Nope.
If you pull it back, it can potentially get one of his copters next turn. I think
Yep.
that's definitely worth it.
Yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The unfortunate thing about these bases is that they are already under siege here. Alright. Yeah, it doesn't actually make this much of a difference, but this copter has nothing else to do. They'll both be capturing next turn. These fighters are going to eat these guys up. I can hypothetically shoot one of these. I don't know if it's worth it. Like, it might be.
I think it potentially is, yeah.
Just again to try to get rid of, you know, like, my copters will be much more useful once a lot of the other stuff is gone. And like, as it is with all of these things, it's so much. And again, this is a high value trade for me.
Yeah, Kanbei and Eagle are very strong in the right, and if
Yeah.
you don't have backs to the left, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know
Basically.
what you're going challenge mode.
Mm-hmm. You're trying to unlock some of the other COs in the original, basically. So yeah, this thing is dead, but that's okay. The medium tank is basically just trying to avoid the copters in the other medium tank. They can kind of chill otherwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wish I could mark these.
Yeah, you probably let the infantry get sacked, right?
Oh, the infantry is dead, yeah. That's fine. Yeah, this I think is okay. Andy's sort of just like hiding at this point.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I probably put this here. I think that's safe from everything.
Do you want it so near that other one?
True, yes. I need to be a little careful with the medium
the
tanks
copters and the
these.
medium tanks especially, mostly.
Yeah, what I might do is actually move him out to this way.
Yeah, I think because the bombers are gonna die, so...
Yeah. Yes, and I think what I can do is move the 2 copters over to the right to kind of hide them as well.
Yeah, maybe one to the right, one to the left.
Yeah, the only thing with the left is I'll have to
There's
keep
that
him away
fire,
from him.
yeah.
Which is, like, not impossible. He can
that's
also
down
kind of hide in the
to,
back,
yeah.
yeah. Which is probably not the worst thing to do.
Yeah, Andy, unfortunately, despite turtling, does not want to turtle too hard, or you risk the potent, and that is just the map over.
Yep. Yes, if Andy takes the Sturm's
Yes.
CO power, which,
If Andy
by the way,
ever takes a potent to the face, the map is done.
Yeah, so I can kind of move it, like, here and be fine. I'm gonna, like, kind of try to get the potato to hit around here.
Yeah.
I can kind of do wherever I want with that.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. That seems okay. So you're gonna go, like, here, I think.
Yeah.
And this probably goes here.
Yeah.
Under the assumption that these are either dead or almost dead. Alright.
APC guard in effect.
Mm-hmm. This probably goes here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I moved him back here, it would be safe.
Watch out for the little tank in front.
Yes, this tank is gonna attack this APC kind of no matter what. I'm sort of thinking, like, if I can get this to survive and not get killed, but it may just die. And that may be fine.
Act 1, it can only be attacked by one angle, right?
Probably. It probably dies to Sturm's tank, but again, that's
Fair,
probably fine.
fair.
It's not the worst thing to ever happen.
No.
Alright, yeah, and this guy actually can't move not in the, like, we'll be in this missile's range. So I'd probably just go for this.
Yep.
And we'll see what Sturm does, and I think I just keep him where he is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think Sturm's little tanks will be.
No, Sturm's little tanks
will
will
go
not.
for the medium tank.
Yeah, be dangerous to this.
No.
This is probably an artillery.
Yeah, yep.
And then I guess we see about this other artillery.
You're
Like, I can build another one?
6,000. You could build an infantry.
An infantry might not be bad. And at some point, Andy kind of just needs blockers.
Yeah, one strategy is just to flood Andy with infantry.
Yes, so that Sturm literally can't kill us all, basically. Alright. So yes, at this point, these two can't both be hit. They are too far away. I believe it is basically a missile.
Yes, the missiles are quite expensive, but you can't get the missiles,
Yes,
the
12K.
tank, and the helicopter in at the same time, so I think you're safe-ish.
Yes, it would really be like if I wanted to move him like here, which might not be the worst idea. Again, just kind of keep everything as far away as possible. So yeah, this is 12, 18, 26. Yeah, those are 8K. 32, 31, because those are 5K, 32.
Can you get the helicopter in with the missiles?
No. And
I
then 30.
don't actually know what the size of the potat is.
It's just like a missile. So like a diamond out to, so like to here. Yes, so if it was centered on the missiles, it would be that.
If it was centered on the anti-air, it would include both, right?
The copter and the missiles?
missiles, yeah.
Yes. That's 21. 29, 30, 36, 42.
Okay, well, Kanbei's 3 medium tanks is more than that.
Yes. Could even be like Kanbei's 3 media or like 2
But 2 medium
mediums
tanks
and a regular
something
tank
else, yeah, would do
has a
it,
chance.
yeah.
Like this guy isn't doing much.
Yeah.
He may end up lamb to the slaughter.
Sacrificial, just be careful with Max over here.
Yes, Max is the one that I'm gonna have to like again do the math on. So, but I think we're talking like this is the only other one that's probably worth doing. It's worth noting that like in some versions it can only center on a unit. I don't know if that's true in this game or not.
I
But
was trying to look it up. I
Yeah.
can't find much information about it.
16, 24, 36, 42, 41, 42. Okay, I think 42k is the largest that it could possibly be in any of Andy's stuff. The one problem is that you are absolutely going to spend a lot of this mission doing meteor math. Anyway, time to give Sturm his power. We love doing that, don't we?
We surely do.
And sadly, that fighter is basically
Yes.
impossible to get, but it's gonna fly
But
itself somewhere stupid.
It is a fighter, so there's a very limited amount of things it can
Yes,
do.
as long as we keep flying stuff out of its way, it is fine. Hey, weird! Now, on the plus side, that does mean he loses all of this without
Oh,
building
yes.
anything more.
Yes.
So, like, you know, there's upsides.
And next turn we don't have to worry about meteor, so we don't need to worry about bunching up.
Yes. All right. So yeah, at this point, these two are the most important to keep apart, and then just sort of like, I'm gonna run that anti-air as far forward as it can without getting smacked,
Yeah.
which is this square
Yeah.
here is the limit, which is kind of perfect. All right, so I'm gonna put that there. That will be functionally irrelevant in terms of math, which also means I likely can put the tank on here safely as well, so I think I do want it, even though it's kind of putting it in the corner. Yeah, mostly with Max, I just want to make sure that everything goes as...
I mean, we can be useful up here because it might divert some of his forces over this way.
That's true as well, yes. If any of the tanks move this way, that's a win for us. That's a diversity win. Alright, so even if it centers on this, it can't hit this tank. Max should be fine. I am gonna shove his medium tank in the corner, though.
Your strike was target 1 unit, and
Got it.
I guess hitting center has to be a unit.
Yep. Yes, I did know that that was a thing.
Yes.
In the
apparently
original,
it's
and-
the same, yes.
It's one of those things that would be weird if they changed, because it actually makes it much easier to scan the map. You just target every unit that they have and do it, so like it makes sense to me that they would do it like that. This should not change the math
No,
over there.
No, not even a little bit.
You two probably just go upwards.
Yep. Again, Max potentially just some more infantry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's potentially just saving money. This is probably safe because 8,000 times 2 is 16 plus 16 is 34. So he's already cheaper than some
Plus
stuff.
the little
that-
tank, which is 41.
Ah,
that's
you are
cheaper
correct.
than that's cheaper than enemy still.
Yeah. So I think I can do that.
Yeah.
I think I probably would have moved this guy here, if I had heard that before, but it's pretty minor. But yeah, Max I don't think cares too much about building stuff until we get these two properties. So
Yeah,
saving up is
we
fine.
want to build like an APC and an infantry to try and slam one really far up.
That's an interesting question.
Because that guy's gonna go there, that guy's gonna go here, he's gonna work up to one of those two, so an APC and an infantry could go up to that town or even that base really quickly.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Slightly awkward drop off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, this is really the one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But also being
Yeah, you wouldn't want to be on the same.
covered.
Yeah. I guess it'd be a 2-turn drop off up to the base kind of thing.
Yeah. Think it might be okay just to go infantry. It's an interesting consideration. I think if we didn't have, like, you know, these cities and this forest in the way, it probably would be worth going for. 3, 4, 5, 6. Like, I can drop them off here.
I guess the question is, would you want...
Max to get any of these cities.
Yeah.
It's also an interesting one.
With the 6 extra properties, he'll have 13,000 a turn, which is a bomber every other turn. I guess like 1 extra thousand doesn't really make much of a difference to that.
Yeah, 11,000 is like the break-even point there. It's probably okay to give it to Andy, just to be safe.
Yeah.
It's a weird one. We can always revisit that decision next turn if this guy wants to move over.
Yep.
Alright, well, I think this works.
Alright, now it's destruction time.
Now, for Carnage. Hilariously, there might be the possibility of a meteor strike around here, but again, like, if we just need to throw more medium tanks onto the pile, it's fine. So yeah, Kanbei, I think... Okay, he might not one-shot all the fighters, but they'll be at 1 health at best,
Yeah,
so...
yeah, completely useless.
Yep.
And they'll either go back onto his airports and
Block them.
block them for a few turns, or they'll just roam around uselessly.
Yep. So it is good.
Yep. Gotta make sure we get that bomber, but I think every anti-air can get to him.
Yes.
Good, 1 dead. As always, Stern will try not to hit his own units in the potato, but
Yes.
will if it's like the best move still.
Yes, it'll subtract his funds from the meteor calculations the same way that it's adding funds, because it just attacks the highest value cluster. All right.
Alright, all dead. Very, very nice.
We do, in fact, love to see it. All right, so we don't want these two to get potat-ted. What likely ends up happening is these guys go back to the base, and I can even build some stuff on top for that. Kanbei will basically stop making money this turn because one of these will start healing, potentially just to take another potato. But I think this is where I want to center it. And I'll put these two down because it's at least 2 tanks for certain.
I'm gonna put it on the... Do you want to heal that or no?
Probably. Kanbei's biggest thing is going to be that he's going to be, like, you know, eating potatoes when he can.
Yeah.
So, like, his funds going towards that are fine. He may not be able to soon after, but we persevere.
Yeah.
Like, all he really needs to build is infantry to, like, you know, finally start getting his stuff back. Alright, so the question is basically going to be, what is the cheapest that I have here? So his anti-air cost, we're probably going to have to get the calculator out, 960.
How much are medium tanks?
His medium tanks are 1920, I believe. Yep, 1920.
We're at 38,400 and we think our best is 4,200?
Yes, we should also definitely, like, this is 16 plus, it's 1960 times 2, or 960 times 2.
1920.
1920. So
Yeah, not as much.
Not as much, yes.
Although we can center, if we center on that anti-air, that would also get the recon in it.
Yeah, the recon's moving. He won't be around, so
That's
that won't
fair,
be
that's
relevant. He can even contribute
Ooh,
to the
yeah.
cause if we want.
Yeah, no, that's probably a good idea.
Almost certainly. A recon's not worth much in this map.
4800, yeah.
It would be very funny to learn that Sturm's Meteor only targets, or like doesn't take the Kanbei's extra unit cost into account. But it should!
It apparently does.
Okay. I would expect that it would. So the question at this point is just how many units we send downwards versus how many we send upwards and carefully avoid arranging in such a way as to cause pain and sorrow. Because these medium tanks are dangerous to us.
Yeah, they should be as far apart as you can make them.
Yes, and as far from any other units as they can be. Hee hee. That should be fine.
Maybe up to the airport?
I'm debating that one.
Actually,
if we
maybe in between those two anti-airs. I think that's fine.
You mean like here?
Yeah.
I might actually prefer it here.
Oh, sure, for going up the way? Yeah.
Like either
yeah.
we're going up the way and also just to make sure that like
Yes.
it lets me move other
The
units
other one.
a little
Yeah,
bit.
the other one can maybe go on that city.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we want one going over to help.
Yes, definitely. And the city should be fine because they can't center a missile on it. Like a nice thing about this is that this will not get hit if this gets hit.
Yep.
This city also will not get hit if this gets hit, though there is a small case to be made for putting it here, since these two won't have a unit in the center to connect them. There's a lot of really weird math that goes into when you're actually playing around, like Sturm or my favorite CO to bother other people, Rachel.
Missiles?
Mm-hmm. Imagine doing this with 3 different missiles that all work differently. You know, because it's like there's... as long as I make it so that there isn't an enticing enough target in here, this is fine.
Yeah, that seems good.
It's just I will have to make sure, absolutely certain that this is, you know, worth more than the 2,
Yes, you may want to build a tank or send a tank there.
Yeah, we're definitely building it like a tank or some other fairly expensive thing, to keep drawing. But yes, anti-airs are basically worth half of, so this is 2 medium tanks right here, because they're worth half of a medium tank, even to Kanbei. So if I do this, I think that should be okay.
I think so.
Centered on the anti-airs does not hit this, and centered on the medium tank does, but it's worth less than the 2 anti-airs.
Yep.
I fucking love Sturm math! No, this is kind of just...
Up to is probably fine, right? Just on the road, like up to.
Like
Yeah,
here?
I think that's fine.
That should be okay, yeah.
It's marginally further ahead.
Yep.
It depends if it's going left. I mean, probably.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and this tank, medium tank, also now has 2 tanks, or like, you know, less than 2 anti-airs next to it, which means that it's less than 2 medium tanks. So I think at this point I basically just spent Kanbei out.
Tank?
Yeah. And an infantry. And we hope that the potato hits here.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully I did my math right.
Alright.
If not, the last
boy.
30 minutes are meaningless.
Alright.
That's the fucked up thing about this map.
Yeah, no, yeah, absolutely.
Sturm's power is really annoying to play against. Alright, so he went eco last round. Let's see what he does this round.
Embrace darkness. Meteor
This is the turn that's really gonna hurt. Good.
2! Yep. Oh, it's so nasty.
So yes, it draws a 2 diamond. This is gonna get annihilated. It draws a size 2 diamond and puts every unit in there down to 2 health. Or less. It cannot kill. Alright, I'm actually glad I pulled 2 tanks over on that side.
Yeah,
That's
I
pretty
know.
good.
That's not bad at all.
And so, like, if this hits a place that's important, you're fucked. But we do now get a turn where Kanbei comes in and saves Andy's bacon.
Ooh, good. Those helicopters are in range.
Yep. I was gonna say, how'd you get there? But no, that's fine.
adorable.
It begins.
What do you build?
Andy should have a dialogue of just, holy fuck! So he went double bomber with his eco round. He spent almost all of his money. He could have built more infantry. I don't know what he's doing here. Alright, so will it tell us about it now? No. Alright, go fuck yourself.
No, go fuck yourself. You don't get to know about it.
So he does, of course, get the usual plus 10% attack defense.
So he doesn't build any this turn, right?
No, he will not build any power this turn because
like,
when your power's up, it does not build.
Yeah, that's what I thought because it was just like grayed out and I'm like, thing.
Alright, so we are now, here.
Well, the missiles can probably get fighter on the way.
Potentially a good idea, yeah, because Kanbei should be able to do a lot.
Because Kanbei won't take out those 2 helicopters.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah, and honestly,
but if you
like...
kill that little tank in the way, can his engineer get to the other helicopter? Like this one?
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Both can. This guy, unfortunately, can't get to a useful one. But, he was useful. Otherwise.
Yeah, you're like, oh, that wasn't so bad. And it's like...
That's this map.
Destroyed.
But yeah, like this basically, I'm not gonna say freeze up my copter with all of these bearing down on me, but like it does kind of help. I should probably go for that. Oh, of course, we do have this anti-air
that too, yeah.
who can hit this one, and that's probably what happens. Because yeah, like this guy dies for doing it, but honestly, getting rid of the copters means that like my own tanks and the artillery and shit will be able to get his stuff, so okay. Max at this point basically does nothing.
The anti-air go for that? Are you gonna have your anti-air go for that helicopter?
I think so.
Or that one?
That's actually sort of an interesting question.
Because these 2 can get those 2.
Yeah, they definitely can. Yeah, it's probably worth going for. I'm gonna hide in the woods and get killed.
That's fine.
As God intended. The interesting question is gonna be what these boys do. They probably group up. We'll get hit by these medium tanks, but I will have the anti-air and Kanbei's medium tanks to strike back. So I think that's a worthwhile trade to make.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, this definitely happens. Fun. Yes, and then we kind of get some interesting questions. But like, these 2 copters could kill off this guy, which would let both medium tanks kind of hit here, like these 2 guys here. And then the anti-airs go here and here. Blow that up. And again, these medium tanks are going to run roughshod, but we will hopefully win the medium tank war here.
Yep.
Especially if we can avoid him getting shot.
Yep.
That's kind of my end goal, and he probably even builds another artillery here. We'll see. So I think I like that.
I like that. I like that.
And he doesn't have to win, he just has to not lose.
That's Max's job.
Max's job is to win.
Max's job is to win.
Another important fact about Sturm's Meteor Strike is that it does not build power, by the way.
Yes, yes.
So yeah, I can kill off 2 of these anti-air.
Yeah, that's definitely smart.
And then I feel like I hold this only because I'm just getting like some health back on a copter, who's probably getting attacked again by those rockets.
Yeah, that and an infantry is gonna die anyway.
Yes. It's really hard to get a half-decent hyper repair here.
Yeah.
Like, really, really hard. Alright, so what I may do is try to move him here and then body block with infantry.
Yeah, smart.
It's a little scary, but again, we're just trying to do the best we can here. And as long as he can shoot a medium tank, and ideally from full health, that's huge value for us.
Yep.
Artillery are amazing on this map as long as they're alive. Probably do you here. And then I'll build the artillery here and like... I won't be able to fully block it, but I think that with Kanbei's anti-air... Yeah, like things get a little bit awkward for him.
Like having to go around in the forest is harsh.
Yes, he doesn't care, but they are medium
right,
tanks,
yeah.
so like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 doesn't mean much. The copter that lives is all the way back here, so that's fine. See, I think I can get away with this. This is a little bit cheeky, but only a little bit. So I think it's fine. And again, if they're attacking that, they're not attacking like my medium tanks, they're not attacking other stuff, and I'm building 2 infantry down here, I think.
More body blockers?
Yeah, basically. I think at this point, Andy is fully converting to meat, and occasionally, like, useful stuff if he can. Like, this might mean he builds an anti-air next turn, which will help with the bombers coming in. So I think this is good. Alright.
Yep.
Honestly, I think we're in pretty okay shape here. We have a really good counterattack on this.
And your transfer copter can even go up for body blocking.
This is true. This might get the fighter to attack that. I like that. This seems fine. Because again, we don't have to worry about Potato right now.
No.
Oh. Kanbei's not going to have money ever again.
Nope.
He's taken one for the team. Alright.
And that's the point of him. Max is the one who wants to smash.
Yes. Alright, so this is now the safe spot. An interesting question.
With bomb, watch out for the left bomber as
Yes. Left bomber, and frankly also the copter.
The copter isn't that much of a worry, but
No.
a lot of anti-air.
Honestly, if it shoots a tank, I then kill it with an anti-air and I'm happy. That's a good point. But yeah, this is here, which is the same as there. Yeah, that's the magic square. Alright, so as long as I'm here, nobody can hurt me.
Apart from that one copter, and
Yep.
if it comes over, it's a dead motherfucker.
Yep.
So
Yeah, so I'm debating if I do anti-air first and then tank back here.
you know how much will the copter do in his anti-air? A lot? I can't remember if copters get good first attacks in anti-air or not. No.
With the bonus, like, it would do decent damage, and then Max's copter would strike back and kill it instantly. Like, it'd probably do 4-ish if I had to guess, and a 6 health max copter will still one-shot a Sturm, most copters by a decent amount. You're generally totally safe pushing a copter into, or anti-air into copter range.
Alright, can it get the tank behind? I mean,
It would be
But
able
it's
to,
fine.
but I am sort of like, that might be
That's
actually
whatever,
better.
yeah.
I'd almost rather this copter attack this tank than, like, anything in this cluster. So I think that I'm good with that. It also means that, like, a back anti-air can scoop it. And I am probably good with that. You can only move there, and I think I'd rather you go as far ahead as possible. That's probably fine. Hell, that's probably fine. We begin this.
Yep. This is how we win. Yeah, that guy's currently on the blue state. You can even go up to the base because of the infantry here.
Yes. Both of them kind of can. Like, I can...
I mean, like, the infantry here coming up. It's like 3 turns from that top one and just 3 turns from the base. It's 6.5 dozen, really.
It's pretty similar regardless, yeah. Especially because this base probably doesn't build that much unless he fully switches,
it's
but...
for money.
Yes, it's purely cash. I think I'm still building infantry here. It would really just be like if I wanted to build a tank to help this. I probably do just shove Max's tank up Andy's butt here. And then next turn he's gonna be helpful. But probably more infantry. Again, we're just gonna start pumping bombers out of this, and the more money we have, the better.
I don't even know if we build infantry.
Fair.
And we have enough to cover all of those. They're not getting attacked.
Yeah. If anything, this probably is what starts pumping out infantry, and they just start kind of going over the mountain to threaten there. Alright, yeah, I think I do just chill. This is a strange map. If you survive the first meteor strike, you're in really good shape.
He didn't have enough money to repair his medium tank.
Yeah! Yeah.
That's alright, we're gonna start capturing...
Yes, we're finally gonna start getting some money. Sadly, we can't let the other one can't capture at all, but that was just always gonna be the case.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kanbei is almost pre-deployed on this map, and it basically is fine.
Yep.
The next meteor is going to be scary, and it's possible that Max wants to take that, or if I've got Max in good position, Andy might even want to take it. We'll definitely see. It is going to be a question. But...
I think the good news is it won't be a one-turn thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think you're going to do enough damage next turn to cause a meteor.
Mostly a question of these two.
Yeah.
So, like, there's a chance,
well,
but...
each meteor is more expensive than the last,
yes.
Right?
That also works.
I guess it comes down to... No, I don't think those bombers will come in range for next turn.
I don't think so. I'm not 100% certain about
I guess we'll
that.
see.
Yeah,
if they do,
basically.
you're getting a meteor in the face. So it comes down entirely to where he puts those bombers.
Yes.
Because those bombers, if they get destroyed, yes, they're eating a meteor.
Decent chance.
There's a decent chance.
Now, granted, like, I do have, you know, all of this around. And I mean, the nice thing is I do still have these two Kanbei medium tanks to also sacrifice if necessary. Probably not this one, though. Alright, I think he's gonna hide in this corner, away from that other one. He's gonna want to shoot one of these other medium tanks that comes in.
And the good thing about him smashing it at Andy is once he does, he's more reluctant to use a meteor on Andy.
Yeah.
Again, because of that doesn't want to attack his own units thing.
Yes.
Because his meteor will tank his own units.
Oh yes, there is friendly fire.
Yes, it does not discriminate.
This is so funny. It's an interesting question what I do with this stuff.
When anti-air going up is pretty good considering you need 2 bombers. So
yes.
It's will be massively outrange.
Oh yeah, no chance it gets kind of attacked. It really is just, you know.
So it can kind of...
It can probably sort of sneak in here.
Hey, don't make bombers.
And then it's sort of like, does this one want to go back to potentially cover potatoes, or does it want to charge forward so that I have a Kanbei medium tank threatening?
I think you can potentially move your little boys back.
Yeah.
Like they're worth, what, 9-ish?
Yeah, 20% of 7, 1.4, 8, 40.
8,400? That's not bad. And your medium tanks will be reduced, but I mean that one will probably go back up to 6. That's
yes.
still like a good amount.
Yeah. Yeah, we can potentially do that. Yeah. He's gonna get to move up out of range of the meteor. I think everyone else sort of just chills. Yeah, and then it's just if these guys, what they want to do.
I think they might want to all go up to the right, kind of pressure him a little bit.
Could be, especially kind of to try to sandwich the opening with Max.
Yeah.
And even potentially roll down here, but we'll see about that.
I mean, him definitely moves up. I think you do move the anti-air up as well.
He doesn't have nearly as much Air Force anymore.
He has one helicopter.
He has a
down
single
there.
helicopter and now like these, so the fact that these two are basically dead doesn't actually matter nearly as much. I still have some anti-aircraft around there. This is probably fine. All right, I think we're good.
Alright, so this is definitely going to come down to bombers.
So yes, Andy's gonna get slapped this turn. Nice. Dead.
Yeah, it works. Ah, yeah, it's copter. Damn.
It's not too bad, actually, because only one... actually, that's really good. So, he did not attack either medium tank with his medium tanks. Yep, that's about what I expected. Hi.
Oh, yeah, you're getting me.
All right, Potato is online.
You built medium and two copters.
But on the plus side, I'm not going to have two bombers bearing down on me.
Nope. You're just gonna be very careful with your max placement.
Yes.
Andy isn't a worry at all.
Andy is fine. But so, the good thing here, despite the fact that I lost basically both of these, I'm probably going to power.
Oh yeah, definitely, for sure.
But the good thing here is that neither of these medium tanks attacked my medium tanks, which means he's fucked.
Yep.
And I can also attack this with this, and I think should kill. Because you're just going to move, I think, which is fine.
Yeah, he's 4 health, yeah.
Yeah. All right, power time.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I think we are now functionally good. It's just going to be a matter of playing out the rest of the map.
There's no way I'm losing to Sturm.
No.
Hyper repair.
Alright, we'll grab those two bottom cities.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and so the fun part here is going to be we should figure out exactly how much money Kanbei's going to be hit by.
With his little tanks there, I feel like it's certain meteors can't kill, right?
They cannot kill, no.
Yeah, I thought so.
But yeah, like with the little tanks there, it is still like, you know, with the move that I'm going to take here, I will be wiping out most of his stuff.
Again, Andy is
But
not really a worry as long as, like, his medium tanks.
yeah, of course we also have this. It's definitely like, I will probably have to consider how this turn goes. We can at least reset this turn.
So, the fair thing is if this medium tank's here and that Kami tank is there, they're at least, unless you put a unit here, I don't think they can be attacked together.
Yes, I believe you are correct.
Yeah,
here and here.
Yeah, and the little bubble around it,
Yeah, but that is definitely a good point.
As long
It
as
is
your
like-
other Andy tank goes, like, to the left, you're good, I think.
Yes, I think you are correct. And I think that is how I want to do it. Because, like, yeah, this will do really good damage here against this on a road, and a Kanbei tank against this is just going to be very funny. All right, so this guy goes down here.
Hang on, how much does it do?
To a tank.
The medium tank, the top medium tank.
It probably does enough, the issue being that I'm going to have trouble attacking this copter if I can't kill this.
Can you kill it with medium or no?
With the medium, no. I know. Hypothetically, this could do it here, but I kind of want this attacking. I guess actually, because like if this is dead, the anti-air can kill the copter here, and the medium tank is quite far away. Things are interesting. We can restart the turn if we don't like the way this looks.
Yeah, let's give it a go.
I like that is the thing. Advanced Wars by Web has a move planner, which is absolutely broken for being able to be like, I wonder if doing this would, like, if this move would be any good. All right, are you ready for something cheeky?
Yeah.
This has a decent chance of working.
Oh yeah, let's go for it.
Beautiful.
Nice.
All right, this helps. This opens up much. My copter is gonna eat shit to this guy, but I don't think it matters. Unless, ooh, things are gonna be interesting. I will say that much.
We do have a max little tank.
Yes.
That can kill the anti-air.
It sure can. Oh boy. Yeah, I do sort of like ignore that completely. It doesn't exist. It's fake. So anyway,
Yeah,
this
and then
does
that can
light
do-
us up to do
yes.
this, which will
Yep,
kill.
Yep. A Kanbei tank will take out a thingy test.
It will not kill it because it's on a base.
Oh,
It'll
yeah,
be
fair.
close. I think it's actually better to leave it alive. It makes the meteor math weirder.
That's fair, yeah.
Like on a road, I think it would one-shot. Without it, I think it, because it has 30% extra defense comparatively.
Alright, so that guy
So I'm gonna run him as far away as possible.
Yes, to that tank. Yeah, good plan.
Like that's probably where I want to be.
Yep. Oh yeah, that's a good plan, I think.
Again, try to just spread out these units as much as I possibly can.
Yeah, and then I think the max tank can go like above that anti-air.
Yeah, he can.
Yeah, good. So like, I don't think, because we're gonna kill the two bombers.
Yes, and he has
there's
nothing
else. There's no threat now. Yeah.
Able to even attack this. Again, we functionally won. It's just a question of how much we've won.
Yeah.
All right, this guy's gonna go over here.
Ooh, do we want to like use it to lure the fighter over at something that can kill it?
That's fair. Potentially. I'm not totally sure whomst.
I guess we could keep it over at like the left for our anti-air.
Yeah, it could potentially work. Here-ish.
Yeah, I think no matter where it attacks it from there, our anti-air can get it, right?
Yeah, if it's there, the anti-air can always move on to the spot. It'd really just be if the meteor strike is meaty enough, which I don't think it is. Transport copters are 5k.
Yeah. No, it's not. If it's not got a medium tank in with it.
We'll have it with the one medium tank with this one.
Ah, with the anti-air.
Yes, so I'm looking at the missiles centered on the anti-air. We do. This will be hurt, so it won't matter as much. It's like it's a consideration, but I think it's okay.
No, it's not going to be worth anywhere near as much as what we've got with Kanbei.
Yeah, like I said, we should definitely like count up what we have here. Also, I'm not totally sure what, if anything, I want to build here.
Yeah, he needs a meteor strike.
He really does.
Oh, let's just go to the right.
Potentially. So yeah, let me just count this up. So that's 16 plus 8 plus 5 plus 1 plus 2.4.
32,400. That's not very much.
Yeah, so this will be up here.
Yeah.
So let's just do the quick math on what this will be worth.
So that'll probably be a 6.
That'll be a 6, and I think this. I think it'll do the exact same heals that it did last time.
0.6 times 19,200 is 11,520.
Yep, and then 0.5 or 0.4 times the same.
Oh, 19.
Yeah,
so-
okay.
oh,
Of
yeah,
course,
oh, yeah,
duh,
of course,
because that's
duh.
going to be a,
full medium
6 and a
tank.
4. It's going to be one
Yes.
medium tank.
Yes. Alright, so each little tank is 8,400.
I believe so, because that's 7,000 plus 20%.
Alright, so it's 36,000, not including the
Thank you
hurt,
for the resub.
not including the hurt tank, the hurt recon, and the infantry.
Okay. And then, so my magic spots are like
Nice.
here, here, and here for attacking the both of them. If this guy's gonna be here. As long as I have no one here, here, and here, I'm good, I believe, right?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I believe he can't center on both if he's there.
Yes, and like this here has just this in it and this, so it's not relevant.
Yep.
And
And thank you, Brand News Panda, for the resub. The nice resub.
The very
Thank
nice
you.
resub. How many ways would you like to die, Mr. Bomber? Oh god. So yes, I think we're good.
Kanbei won't have any money.
No, none money. It's fine. He exists on this map in order to take the meteor hits, so that Max and Andy don't have to.
So yeah, with the infantry 1,200, right?
Yes.
Infantry will only be like 600.
Yes.
The 6 health tank, it's normally 400. So with, I don't know how much the recon's worth. It's 42,840 without the recon because I don't know how much the recon's worth.
The recon does not matter. I
Yeah,
think.
it's worth like,
Functionally speaking, it's
worth
still
like
gonna be 2 health.
Maybe a little bit more
Yes.
than infantry.
It's worth like 600, I think, ish.
So yeah, we gotta stay under about 43,000. I think we have.
Yeah, sorry, we're gonna get all of our math done during
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Andy CO power theme.
Yeah, so the only thing about this little tank. Oh yeah, it'll be out of range.
He's up
of-
here, so
yeah,
he's
it's-
actually like
it's
safe
functioning out.
from this. And
So, yeah,
so,
it
what
was
did we
just
say
like-
that this one
oh,
was?
God, I don't even know if this is. I don't know. I didn't actually write it.
I know,
Sorry,
it's the
I'm
problem.
42,840 is how much time? It's about 40,000.
Yes.
All right, so that is
16
16
plus 8 plus 5 plus 1,
plus 1 is 30.
and then plus
What is artillery
2.4.
normally worth?
An artillery is worth 6,000.
I can make the calculator do the math for us.
Yes. When I remember them off the top of my head, it's actually really quick for me to do the math, but I haven't been playing Advanced Wars by Web in quite a
So that's
while.
only 32,400.
Alright.
Probably not even worth as much as his medium tank 2 anti-airs up there.
This is true.
That we're gonna have to wonder about. 'cause
Yes.
I think that's fine.
That's worth
that's
2
not
medium
worth
tanks.
40,000 yet.
Yes, that's worth 2 medium tanks up there.
It's true, I need to see
That's
the
fair.
vault.
So yeah, the only thing here being that I probably just skip building with Andy this turn.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
He's just gonna build a bomber next turn, so it's
Yes.
fine.
Yeah, yeah.
He's totally safe to do that.
Yeah.
So I think that I'm just gonna be, I think Andy ends turn, and I think we're good.
Yep.
Then we get to do it all over again.
Then we just have to make sure Max is not over 40,000.
Yes. Luckily, Max is actually slightly restricted here. Because of the terrain and his 2 most expensive units kind of being subject to it. Anyway, end turn. Confidence, let's do this. So Max is going to Shadow Realm this bomber. Glad I moved that guy that far ahead. I will probably also kill that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh my god, they can't even get there? Ah, they can. That's fine. But yes, mostly we just want to make sure Sturm does not get the economic advantage of like these cities
Alright,
as
so
well.
his battle copters are also something to.
Be aware of. Not so much.
Nah.
So what I probably do is like this here.
They get hit by a little tank, that's fine.
Yeah, it'll like really hurt them, but then a max medium tank rolls in and deletes the little tank, so it's fine. All right, so yeah, that's
Oh yeah, make sure we get that airport.
Yes, we were definitely
But yeah,
capturing the airport.
This is good. We have taken out pretty much all of his
initial attacking force. Like, this is the only thing that's really left from it. And it's not going to be a problem. It's not going to be relevant. See, one of the nicest things about the Advanced Wars by Web Move Planner is that it actually has a missile calculator. You can calculate any CO's like power that like auto targets things, where it would hit based on how you move your stuff. It's necessary.
Yeah, I think you move that guy up all the way up.
He can actually capture
Oh yeah, next turn.
this
Yeah,
next turn, so I think I do just go full eco here. And then Max is ready to just start fucking pumping out them bombers. He's gonna move here because the straight line path is this way. I don't think he doesn't do anything. Also really funny, Max likely gets his power here, especially if I let Sturm kill an anti-air. And max power into Sturm's power is like really, really good for me. So I think this is fine.
Yep.
I really want to move the one medium tank as far forward as I can get away with. The only thing in question being math.
It should be fine because it's not as dear as
Yes, as Kanbei's.
Kanbei's.
Yeah, so I think I can
So,
safely move him
yes.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not even range of this, so I can probably even move this tank over.
Yeah, the math's on that. So what's that? How much is anti-air? 7?
Anti-airs are 8, tanks are 7.
Okay.
Again, this
Okay.
cluster here is worth
Okay.
less than this.
2 anti-airs
So-
and medium
yeah.
tank are 39,000.
Okay.
So yeah, the 4 of those units are 39,000.
Okay.
So you wouldn't want to move anyone else into that cluster.
But this should be safe.
But yes, that is safe.
Okay, and like this is okay because the won't get attacked here. And like we'll see if Max gets a little bottlenecked here, but with his power, he might be able to just break through anyway next turn. All right, so this should be safe.
That's safe. Yes, you can move your other medium tank up as long as it's, not in range of the other medium tank.
Yes.
That's
I think that's about as
safe,
far
'cause
as he
even
can go.
centered on the little tank, you
Yep.
can't get both in.
Yep. This is probably about where like both of the anti-airs can also just chill like here and here, I think.
Yes, yeah,
And I think that's what I want to do.
yes.
Like there's a chance I can put one of them here safely, but I don't
Yeah, we don't
want
want
to
to
actually
risk it, yeah.
do the math on that.
Yep.
All right, well, I think Max is good. We're gonna continue not building things because fuck it, it's bomb o'clock.
Bombers.
All right, well, time to see what
This
Kanbei's
is-
up
yeah,
to.
This is where we'll see if our maths does this right.
If our math gets us murdered.
I feel like even if Kanbei takes a meteor to the face, we're still fine.
I think so, yes.
We're less good, but we're not in a, oh god,
Yes,
he's
this
gonna
doesn't get
murder
up
us.
at all, right?
Right,
So it's
okay,
slightly
okay.
less than what we thought.
So that was only war. That was worth.
Voice of Dog, thank you so much for the raid.
That's worth only. That's not even worth that much less.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be up at like 4, and it isn't. So yeah, it's worth like about 2,000 less.
Mm-hmm.
So we're looking at about 41,000 instead of 43,000, but we're still safe because we were aiming at 40,000.
Yep.
So thank you for the raid.
All right, so this goes here. It's less damage than I thought, but it is
Yeah.
still like
I still have
it's not a
it,
problem.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
that is really the big thing. I still have 2 full health medium tanks here.
Yes, it's probably going to smash infantry or artillery.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Kanbei.
Alright, let's kill that bomber.
It's literally a question of which one does it.
God, I'm like your top one. Your top
The
one
top one
doesn't,
can do it.
But that's hilarious that it can. It almost certainly doesn't.
Yeah, it's a slightly weird
That's
one.
An interesting question.
You know, it's like, because I can do this and this. I could also have this guy, like, shooting infantry if he wants. If this one's going to blow up that.
How much do you do to their anti-air?
57%.
Yeah, I'm like, do you want the 2 of them to kill that, and then the top
Maybe.
one to kill that bomber?
Might not be a bad idea, honestly.
It'll be in range of a little tank.
But that's actually
That's
fine.
okay.
Like, if anything, it makes it easier for Max to get through. And that's worth noting.
Yeah, the medium tank can't hit either one, I don't think.
No. Medium tank is a medium tank.
It could be worth killing that
I think
anti-air.
this is probably what we want to do.
Yeah, just to have one less problem.
It is a shame that we don't get Sturm blowing smoke when he kills something.
You like his angry face.
So yeah, it's like this
That's
is
perfect,
in here,
so-
but that's fine. That still
Like,
shouldn't.
it still doesn't have the other medium tank?
Yeah.
Fine. And it placed those in the lovely rhombus, so
Yep.
that it doesn't actually make a very good
Alright, so
point.
this should just be able to move right here and be totally okay.
Very nice. And then your other anti-air can shuffle along.
You can pretty much just chill. This is actually sort of like a backup meteor location, because if this gets hit by a meteor, I don't mind. And that's like 39,000, so I think that's more than basically anything around
I
here.
have to make sure we put our other little tank.
Yes.
Probably build another infantry. We want to really make sure this gets hit with a meteor. It's all we can build. Alright, we can capture one city.
Woo! That means we'll potentially get healed for 1 point. Oh, it's so funny. Alright, well,
What does Kanbei's power do? I've completely forgotten.
ups his attack and defense.
Right.
Yeah, it's literally just CO power, do more Kanbei things.
Do more Kanbei.
In 2, it's actually terrifying
I mean, it's
because it gets more than the
still-
default defense.
We're almost certainly going to get his power soon, and that will be good for the units we have up
Yes,
there.
for anything that is still alive, it's quite good. Anyway, let's see a potato.
Oh gosh. Alright, did we do our potato maths right?
We're about to find out. Like, at this point, his force is a bit too destroyed for it to be, like, a problem. It's really just...
All you have left.
Like... What else? It's really just how long it's gonna take to kill him.
Yeah! Woo!
Thank you for your service. Oh. So yes, ideally I'd like none of those to happen, but I do have those anti-airs there. That's perfect. That's adorable.
That's wild. Yep, we knew that was gonna happen.
My airport, no! Alright.
Ooh, okay, so
That is a
that's,
rocket,
rocket.
an anti-air, and... do and artillery. Yep. Honestly, I probably still throw an anti-air at this. Take one for the team. This is really where we just start sandwiching him
Yeah.
for the route. Alright, so yes, now I have 2 full health anti-airs here, which is funny. That's what I mean. That probably is what happens there. I definitely want to hit all of these. I'd like to do even more than that if possible.
You have a max little tank up here.
I
in here.
do, yes.
So that can almost certainly at least chip away at one.
Yeah. Yeah, I have like a ton of stuff around here. This guy is dead, and then an anti-air will shoot this down. Mostly I just don't want these to get this. Pretty much anything else is fine. And
Yeah.
this as well.
You can start crashing in.
But yeah, and I definitely want to move my like medium tanks as much as I can.
Yes, absolutely.
I probably do have this capture this though. Much to consider. I think I do this.
Yeah, I think that's a good plan, yeah.
That's good cleanup.
Yeah.
This is also pretty free. Like, I could also shoot this guy, but I think at this point I'm good with just
Yep.
beginning the cleanup crew.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so you want to attack from here. This guy's pretty much free to do whatever he wants.
Yeah, this is an interesting question.
So I do want to do this.
Yes. It's mostly like doing the anti-air behind, but...
Yeah, this guy should be dead to either side here. So I think we're fine on that front.
Yeah, the 2 helicopters, everything up there should die, I think.
Yeah, the only thing that might be a little weird is actually just getting through this. Like, if I'm killing these two, it's from here and here.
I guess your little anti-air at the bottom there.
Actually,
ooh, hello.
if a medium tank shoots this, then this anti-air can come up here and kill from here.
That would be,
Max is totally fine
that would be
because...
in rocket range, though.
That's fine, though. I'm gonna leave someone in rocket range. And probably even medium tank range, but I think that's okay. Especially if I'm, like, kind of cracking back. Like, as long as it's not a medium tank that does that. So, like, I will likely have this medium tank go here and annihilate this guy. And then this anti-air goes here, blows this up. And he comes back and strikes, but then I have this medium tank, and this medium tank here. And potentially even these medium tanks at, you know, at the ready. So I think I'm good on that.
Okay. Yeah, it comes down to what we want to do here, then.
Yes. I think you're right that this is probably, like, this
That's
tank
prime.
shoots
Yeah,
this.
that's prime, yeah.
Which means that this shoots this. These guys can probably even shoot one of them and the other shoots, like, this or whatever. So I think I'm good to do this.
Yep, I'm gonna corral him into his base now.
You definitely spend a lot of time planning your turns on this, and I will say, the reset turn is a fucking godsend for doing it. The only downside is that I can't reset when it's, you know, back to Andy's turn.
Yeah.
When it's Max's turn. I kind of wish I had that feature. Because that kind of lets me roll the bones and stuff and see what happens. See, I'm building a bomber here as well.
Alright, we should definitely
Yes,
have...
we start this cap.
But yes, 100% we're building a bomber.
Because it's, and this is important, very funny.
Like, we start harassing him with bombers. I mean, the thing about it is, what's he got against bombers? He's got anti-airs, he could build missiles if he really wanted.
He could build missiles, and you know, if that happens, we've won the game.
But yeah, if
So
you
yeah,
build
I definitely build
bombers,
an infantry here.
Yeah.
It's an interesting question if I build more, mostly to like start capping these cities.
I feel like the thing about this is that you're not really gonna capture that many of those.
It's fair. Like the only one I'd consider is probably like this one as
yeah,
one
I
more
think you do
because
that
it's
one.
close enough.
I think you do that one, yeah.
And we're not like we're getting enough for another bomber next turn anyway. This many infantry like around here should be enough to basically wipe these up, which is kind of all I'll need. The funny thing is he's got all these cities and you will like at most start capturing some of these. The map's over by that point.
I don't even bother capturing
Yes,
them.
I mean like I'm saying in the absolute most
Yes.
case scenario.
Yeah.
Ah, beautiful.
That's good.
I was thinking that might be the case. All right, well, I think we're good here. Now Max is going to have a fun turn.
He does have his power.
And I'm blasting it.
So let's capture these cities, capture that base, build a bomber. It will not be able to join in on the fun this turn, but
That's fine.
in a couple of turns he's a dead motherfucker. And actually, I think we can build a bomber like 2 turns in a row.
Correct, and that is kind of the biggest reason we've been saving. Especially with all the stuff we have. Yeah, we're getting 12k a turn. So we're getting a bomber every 2 turns, and that includes next turn. Alright, well. Hello.
Let's
Got
go.
plus 35 firepower is so gross on Max's stuff.
He already has like plus 20 or something. Plus 50? I
It's
don't know
plus
what he gets.
50.
Plus 50.
It's fucking plus 50. It's outrageous.
He is outrageous. You can use his back medium tank to
Correct.
come in and have a go.
That's my plan. And by the way, since Sturm already used his power...
Yeah, he's not getting any. That's so funny.
Yup. Fun fact, the bar doesn't wrap more. It only goes to 200%. But yeah, this.
I don't think he's back. Anti-air can come in.
Sadly, no. Granted, this anti-air is going to here anyway.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was thinking. For killing the infantry was what I was thinking, kind of thing. But yeah, they can't get close enough.
Okay, so yeah, normal tank does this. It's so funny. It's so fucked up. This is just such a strange map in so many ways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm like debating if I want to shoot this guy to death. I'm like, probably.
Yeah, I'm thinking we don't want to be in artillery range, of course.
Yes, the artillery is at least fine.
I mean,
like, this
I
dude's dead no
guess
matter
you
what.
could put it on the city because, like, I mean, I guess it'll get first attacked by his tank.
That is the only downside, yeah. I mean, it might still be okay, though.
Could it wrap around it in the middle bridge?
It could. The only thing being, if this is dead, this guy could attack it from there.
Yeah, fair
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, it is like a consideration. I mean, I am actually looking at the city. He gets shot, but I am still winning the medium tank war in that case. It is an interesting question. Especially because it's like the rockets will still be relevant and I might not be able to get to them to stop him. It's a tough one.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, because if it does work out, it is the thing that just means I get to run wild. I get to Hulkamania run wild on him.
I guess it's what we're doing with Kanbei's moving tank.
That's also a fair question. Like, the easy thing to do would be to also shoot this guy. Although, frankly, this guy will delete that guy. So it likely is just doing something for positioning. These enchants, it actually just ends up right here, I think. 'Cause
Like,
that's one out of range, yeah.
I would wonder if we'd want to put Kanbei's medium tank. Can it get there? Yeah, I can get there.
Yeah.
Like, if we put Max's tank there and Kanbei's tank there.
Sure, they can't
I
get
mean,
both of them.
Yeah. Like,
And this one's over
and
here.
that one's over there.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
I feel like that's good positioning.
Yes, oh, that's really good positioning. Yeah, I'm good with that, especially because Kanbei goes third. If he does move the tank forward, Max's 2 medium tanks will then be able to sort of like just slide into the DMs here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably good with that. Again, if this doesn't work out, it's not the worst thing in the world. The bombers are the win condition.
Yeah.
Alright.
Just as with all maps, we win if all his units are dead or his HQ is captured. I usually win by killing all his units.
Yes, because if you are able to capture this safely, the way that all these bases are, you can rout him.
Yeah, usually what happens is I get some units on top of his bases and shit and rout him.
That'll happen.
Yeah, that's good.
Power makes that a one-shot kill because fuck you, that's why. Tank's secondary weapons should not be doing that, but what do I know? Alright, and these two probably just cram themselves.
Yeah, one is probably one.
Technically speaking, one here. I guess actually, yeah, this is fine.
All the way forward there.
No real reason not to.
No.
These guys can get infantry out of the way. Alright, and these dudes just basically start climbing mountains.
Alright, is that every unit?
Yep.
That's every unit. Alright. Kanbei time. Yeah, this is a turn where we don't have to worry about him slamming a meteor down on us. Frankly, we may not have to worry again.
It's tough to say. Like, he does have he can put down a lot of units.
He could definitely put down some craft, yeah.
But at this point, because his force is so dead, like, it kind of, whoever the meteor hits, we will have some other attack force also able to come in and murder him. So it's not actually that much of a concern.
Yeah, we definitely do that.
Yeah. There's a level of he can't kill us all here. So yeah, this guy goes here.
Yeah.
Pretty sure this will kill. Yep.
Yep.
I think actually what I end up doing is this.
Ooh, yeah, that's that.
And then we just wipe everything.
Yeah, that 2 health is gonna keep capturing because he's dumb.
Yep. And I mean, really, at that point, what
You
else
know
is
what
there
else
to
can
do?
you do? And Kanbei's got another medium tank.
Sure fucking does.
That can just, I think, just go straight
That's going up, yeah. Yeah, basically. It will probably not stop on this city so that we can start capturing it this turn, but that's fine. God, he made a few infantry to make an attempt at capturing, and like 4 turns later, they all just get completely wiped off the map.
Oh, you did pretty good. Sometimes, if he gets a foothold there,
Yes.
it's kind of just more annoying.
Yes. This mission is tough, kind of because you absolutely have to play it a certain way. Ultimately. I think I'm just...
Yeah, we just
nothing
need
else
that.
to do here.
Yeah.
It's really not relevant. Kanbei is starting civilization anew from up here at this point. He probably chips in with battle copters if it's relevant.
If he has the money for it.
More or less, yeah. Alright, I think we're good.
Alrighty.
The point where I'm actually debating moving stuff off. Like, these are not going to take another shot even with his healing. We kind of just have too much money in the center now.
Yeah. Yeah, probably a good idea.
It's a weird one. I don't think it matters too much. Everyone gets to be bros. I've always loved how this image is just 2 dudes hugging each other.
Yeah.
My tattered remnants. That's right, baby. I can build a 5 health tank.
Woo!
Alright. So yeah, Sturm gets some okay attacks here. I'm sure you will. Woo! We'll see if the medium tank even moves. Love it.
Oh my goodness, okay. It did.
Alright.
That's okay. He built a fighter?
We're fucked.
He,
I mean, I guess it's probably in response to,
I mean, yes, but
this.
also... It's not that we have so many medium tanks bearing down on him. That is the thing, you can kind of force him to buy, like,
stupid shit.
stupid shit, yeah.
Now, the fun part here is that we are, like, now slamming into each other's way.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
The bomber can potentially still... Actually, can't reach
Nope.
him. But he can move forward because you can almost certainly protect him from that fighter, honestly.
Yes. Alright.
Now, the only thing about that fighter is it's going to make it hard to kill him. Although it will come for the bomber, so like...
The nice thing is
The
we've got a ton
anti-air.
of anti-air
Yeah,
stuff.
like, if he was smart and not wanting us to get the kill, he would like hide that fighter in the top corner.
Yeah, pretty much. But he's not.
He's not that smart.
Lucky us.
He's gonna come after the bombers, which means he's gonna fly right into a whole bunch of anti-air and die.
Yep. So the big thing
He wanted to
here...
buy a lander, we didn't have a port. Yeah, it's a big section of me when he dies, but the meteor is becoming increasingly irrelevant.
Yes, we mostly just want to make sure that we don't lose all of our medium tanks to the next meteor. Like...
But the thing is, he's not gonna get a meteor with what we kill this turn.
Yeah, I think we're finally safe. I mean, it's close. It's fairly expensive. The thing is, like, his power's quite cheap.
Once we kill that fighter, we will, but I'm hoping
I
that
think
we're kinda...
that these two together are a little dangerous.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's...
I don't think
think it's enough, and what I'm gonna do is just have the guys spread out enough where if it does come in, someone's medium tanks will be fine. And so then we'll be fine, you know? So it's like, you know, the bomber, the medium tanks, they can all chill sort of on separate corners of the globe here, and it doesn't matter if he does get potato, ultimately.
Yeah, it's just like, make sure an anti-air is near
Yes.
each bomber.
Yep.
Yeah, that bomber just flies probably like far to the right.
Yeah, exactly. Like, well, we'll have Max's bomber on the left, Andy's bomber on the right. This is fine. Kanbei can clear out. This should be alright. We love it when things are convenient. Alright, so this is sort of the imaginary line here. As long as I avoid that, it's like here is safe.
You could even use your 9 health battlecopter to draw the fighter over to get destroyed.
Potentially.
Up to you if you want to take that trade or not. Really need to just get stuff on that those airports so it stops building there.
Yeah, pretty much. Or just get anti-air in range that he spends the money and then they explode. God, like the fucked up thing about this is that like I can basically just drive this straight into his face.
Yeah.
It's a little tragic that I can't get this in one shot. I'm gonna think about some things. Anyway.
A decent chance your max tank can go up.
That is the interesting thing here. Like this guy is either gonna go like he could attack any of these depending on how the turn goes. If he one-shots this anti-air, that's actually what I go for.
Yeah.
So what I likely do is move this guy to probably here,
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
good
do
point.
this. And if it doesn't kill, I reset the turn, and if it does, I do that, and then it's fucking free range.
Okay, so Andy's other medium tank, does it stay or does it? Probably wants to move up, but I'm not
It
sure.
wants to move up.
where.
It's a question of how much. Yeah.
Does it go like up and move?
Probably.
Maybe like one square.
I'm even debating putting him like here.
Sure.
Because he'll move off that city to take the infantry, and like if I had the lowest medium tank ends up here, which would be Kanbei's 9 health one, that won't attack the one on the city. So this is fine, I think.
Yeah.
And again, if we get a meteor strike, that just means that this goes straight up. That's fine. I'm gonna build a copter and 3 infantry, partly for technique score. And copters are quite good.
Yep.
I think this is like Advanced Wars 2 and only Orange Star counts as your technique
I mean, I have no
score.
idea what they've done in Reboot Camp, but
This
yeah,
is true.
That was what it was originally.
Alright, think we're good with this. Well, it's gonna take the whole stream, but we are gonna beat it.
Let's grab that base.
Alright, Max's bomber goes as far as it possibly can without angering the,
Probably like here then?
Yeah, I'm debating even making it here just so that the fighter might be like, ooh, bomber.
Yeah.
And like, you know, plant himself somewhere stupid.
Yep.
So I think I'm putting him on the river here.
That sounds good.
Anyway, so yeah, I do this.
Yeah, goodbye.
Beautiful. Alright, yeah, Sturm is fucking dead.
Other medium tank, better.
It's a weird
Oh,
one.
I'd go for that, right?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. That's a good shout.
I mean, the funny part here is if you kill this medium tank can also do it from this side.
True. But I'm wondering if that medium tank.
I think this is fine.
Yeah. The Kanbei can get something up for that
Yes.
artillery.
Yes, that is the thing. Kanbei's medium tank and the anti-air will attack that artillery there, and
Yeah.
like, you know, his artillery are gonna come in and oh no. Alright, vibe check.
Good. Alright. We're
Perfect.
Good. Yeah, it's the third meteor. It takes quite a bit.
It's a weird one because
He'll get it next turn.
Yes.
But by then, hopefully, his forces are like fucked.
It's a weird one because like this is much like if the meter each of those squares is equivalent to a star in the next game, and like Sturm's power is like 9 or 10 stars in Advance Wars 2. So it's kind of wild to me that 5 is the most expensive power here, but I think it goes up by a lot more than they did in the other one. Well, all right then. Easy enough.
Oh yeah, that's a good shout.
So yeah, with the medium tank dead, nothing he builds is worth anything. I'm probably just gonna keep this guy around for covering you. I'm gonna build another bomber.
Yeah, you are.
And like the funny thing is he's gonna keep spending money on aircraft, like on fighters and stuff while I'm building these bombers, you know?
I mean, I'm surprised he built a fighter with so much anti-air around him.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes he's a little stupid, and he's stupid in ways I can't always...
I fucked up. I totally forgot.
Reset the turn. Reset the turn.
Alright, take 2.
Don't forget about that little guy.
We sent the little guy over, and he was lovely. He held cover, but like he is not part of Max's force, mentally speaking. It'd be funny when this manages to not kill. But yeah, there's no forests there, which is the only reason that works. But that basically destroys. Fine with this. If he wants like his anti-air to attack my anti-air, go nuts, dude. I'm gonna have so many anti-air rolling up his butt here.
Move your bomber into the river.
Throw my bomber in the river.
Another one. No balls.
Maybe we're not gonna finish at 9. Ah!
Well, if you menu right.
No, fuck you. I'm so bad at that.
Slow down a touch.
No.
He used a lot of his money. I don't know if he used like all of it.
It's a good question, yeah. 5,000. So basically, functionally speaking.
Okay. He's gonna have an interesting amount of money left.
Yes, he'll be able to build stuff, but you know.
Potentially shouldn't. Oh no, he won't get the meteor next turn. It's fine.
Yeah.
They say like you have a big medium tank cluster, but he's not getting his meteors. It's fine.
Exactly. That is the world we live in. I think you're just chilling. Yeah, the fighter can hit this, but he's here. He's also here.
Can he hit the...
He can hit the copter.
Oh, the copter, right. Yeah, no, that's fine.
Not the bomber.
Yeah, that's what I was like, you can hit the bomber? Like, no, we're fine, we're good.
Yep, sorry. Alright, I think this is the turn.
Yep. Alright, Kanbei.
No reason to pop this power.
No. If we can get stuff on his bases, we should.
I don't believe we can.
Yeah, these anti-air, that one, yeah.
Sadly.
Damn forest.
I mean, it's the sort of thing that, like, because it's just the one, he just build on other things. Like, he's still not maxing out his bases, but yes. ultimately what you want to do is flood with enough units that you block their bases and stop their production.
The artillery?
I'm debating
It's
it.
not that scary, but it's scarier than an infantry. For
Yeah.
library.
Yeah, it's really the shame that this didn't get the kill, but it's fine.
The 4 health can't go up to it.
Yeah.
So.
But yes, at this point I'm kind of just going to try to flood as many units in as possible.
Yes.
I can block that base,
Oh yeah, that's good.
and there is like literally nothing he can do about it. This goes up as far as it can. Yes, and then as soon as you're through this choke point, you can also spread your forces out again,
Yeah.
which is another important piece.
Get that airport.
Woo! We'll need to save up to get a single Kanbei bomber.
Yeah.
I mean, this is more or less what Eagle ends up doing as well in this
Yes,
map when you bring
yes,
him.
Yeah. Yeah, he starts with a bunch of fighters and bombers that you
Yes.
can kind of use to help Andy and then draw the.
Yep, and then draw meteor strikes, which is essentially what we did with Kanbei's medium tanks here. I will say the anti-air force ended up being really good.
Oh yeah, that ended up being way better than I thought.
All right, well, I think we're good here.
Yeah, I think so.
About that. So yeah, if the anti-air are taking shots here, that's fine. I have so many of them.
Yeah, not like,
Yeah,
you know. Yeah,
Yep.
thought I would.
that's pretty much what I expected.
That's fine because then we're gonna blow it up with our anti-air, and that's worth it. He did not build very much.
He built a medium tank,
I know, a
which
medium
is basically all his money.
and a mech.
medium,
He had-
a tank, and a
little
mech.
tank. Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
he's definitely gonna get his POTAP, but it's also not gonna matter.
He could have built more than that. Like, he could have made this a tank as well, but I think mechs are sort of like when they get jumpy. All right.
Yeah, he's gonna get his POTAP, but
Yes,
it's not.
but it won't matter.
We might be able to wipe him out this turn.
There is a chance.
Max's bomber can reach that anti-air.
Ooh, it sure can.
Ooh, nah, not quite up.
Yes, not
it's
quite the
infantry.
the lone
but it
infantry,
can
but
get
yeah.
his anti-air, which is good.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna be absolutely rolling in here and exploding everything. So.
Yes, it is gonna come down to if we get him this turn or his next turn.
Yep.
But let's destroy that fighter. That's what Andy can do.
Not quite.
Well,
Max's anti-air can, though.
Yeah, so make sure we don't block it off.
Yep. But yes, at this point, it's mostly just like trying not to bunch my forces up too much so that what's left after the potato can kill.
Honestly, yeah, we might not even. That's a little unfortunate. But that's okay. Yeah, he can definitely go over
He
to
goes
the right.
there, yes.
Yeah, probably not even as close as that. Probably like there.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's close enough to run
Yes.
riot, but like
he can
far,
hit anything from the bases.
far away enough to not get hit by a potato.
Yep. I think both medium tanks do move up because this entire area is going to clear out entirely.
Yes.
Everyone is going to spread as far as they can
Yes.
in
Yeah.
here. So yeah, I think this goes here and that's fine. But yeah, I think that this is fine to put here and then this medium tank here.
Yeah.
The rainbow cornucopia here.
Yeah, you're not even gonna get to capture these.
Oh, yes, I will. This is fine.
I don't bother moving your infantry.
Kind of want him off this, just again, in case I get the technique builds.
Fair.
Alright, everything else is good, though. Alright, so it's mostly down to making sure this guy's dead, and ideally also this guy.
You put so much there, I would sincerely doubt you can.
Yeah, it's mostly just making sure people aren't in other people's way.
Okay, make sure you have your bomber kill that anti-air.
Yeah. A little bit.
Beautiful.
I won't move all of Max's.
You have our anti-air kill that fire.
Yep.
Bye, sir.
Yeah, that definitely happens.
Well, one of Kanbei's could. Well, Kanbei's supposed to clear the stuff on the right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this actually
let's
has
do
a
that.
chance here,
Yeah, let's
which
do
is
that.
very funny.
Because we can always reset. Yeah, he had like 25 health,
Yep.
so
Alright, I think we can route him this turn before we see another potato then.
I think we got it. Yep, that definitely happened.
That tank in the back is about to
It's
explode.
kind of bad if we can get to his infantry in the back, but
Yeah.
we might not be able to.
Yeah.
I think your anti-air can roll up. I can get one of
There's
them.
a chance, actually.
Oh, there's that 7 health one, isn't there?
Like if I kill this, this becomes road all
Yeah.
the way up to here. So like this guy can get to that guy.
Oh yeah, you totally can.
And there's like if these two, I think I got it. I'm pretty sure I got this.
Alright.
Alright, I think we're good here.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got this.
You have our 9 health tag can get to that mech as well. Oh yeah, that's why I was saying that, yeah.
Last breath for Sonya.
For Sonya.
For Sonya!
Morale boost.
Wonder, can your 7th health one just kill one of those infantry in the back?
It should, yes.
Woo, woo,
So good. Yay! Just want to take a quick look.
Nice. Not as nice as
Not as
Matt's,
ridiculous
but-
as Max's, but like the defense they have is quite good.
Okay,
But we have this because this will kill.
yeah, both of them can get.
Yeah. Because the anti-air and medium tank together absolutely can kill that other one. And then the mech has a 9 health medium tank that's about to wave to it.
I told you we wouldn't see no chat.
And there you go. So yeah, that's sort of the thing. Like, I could capture his HQ, but by this point, the only way to lock him down is to have so many units that you can wipe him off the map anyway.
Yep. I've never HQ captured this guy.
You would have to be trying.
I was so close.
Where are you?
Where are you?
I underestimated the strength of these worms. I had the superior army.
Okay,
The superior
You have the
strategy.
superior army. I'm gonna
not
go
giving you the other
no
one.
on the strategy though, buddy. We have the superior strategy. That's why we won.
My dream of world conquest. I
Aw,
vow
baby.
to build and return. When that time comes, I will challenge you worms yet again. And
He's nastier when he comes back in
Yes.
Time Force 2, to be honest.
Yes,
so-
because he's Grim in this one. Grim's one of the worst COs in the game. He's got a really good CO power, but like, you know, kind of map dependent.
He also comes back with a factory in 2, right?
Yes.
Ah, and the factory's hell.
That's it. Now's our chance.
I saw
Yo, the Sonya chamber?
Calculation, you've left enough of an opening that reinforcements should arrive in about...
you are trying my patience.
Hey, Max.
Sonya!
Hey, that's Sturm.
Sure is. Hi. Yeah, punch him.
A hologram?
I guess he got away.
Yes, he
Amazing.
did.
All right, yeah.
Woo!
Yay.
What did Grit do?
He gave Max his troops, I guess.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, I don't know why Grit had a whole bunch of tanks.
Don't worry about it.
Although I guess we're not actually done because do we have the secret eagle mission?
Presumably, yes.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Sonia. If anything had happened to you.
Now, Father, stop. Don't you dare start crying, or else I'll start.
Aww.
Oh, we might not.
Oh.
To unlock rivals, you must beat the campaign. After which you must go back into that playthrough and beat every mission you did not play. It'll be unlocked when you beat the final battle and shown in white flags. So turn a dark orange of the white star to indicate their completion.
Oh.
Once those missions are beaten, Eagle will tell you what's in the battle with Andy and rivals will be unlocked.
Okay. That is smart of her, yes.
Your father's a bit silly at times, but he'll always be there for you. When you...
You look just like her, Sonia. You really do.
That's right, baby. Yellow Comet is the winner.
Stand down, soldiers.
Well, you'll never guess what I got dinged for.
Power? Alright. Well, I guess that's fair because Andy basically never.
Yes,
that's the
doesn't get to kill
the problem
things.
is Andy doesn't get to kill things. That's
Yup.
always Max and the other person's job.
Basically. You do sort of have to set it up. But we got
Oh, he
there.
looks so grouchy.
Meh.
Yeah.
You worms. Meh.
But I guess we have to decide if we want to do that.
Do
on
more
stream?
stuff,
Like
do
those,
other
those
things.
missions
Yeah,
where
it's
we
a good
get
question.
rivals. If you want to do it off stream and get rivals on stream, or what? We haven't decided anything yet.
We don't even know if we're gonna like roll into 2 or do what from here. We've been playing this for a bit now.
Not that long now. It's only been a handful of streams. I can check that.
Alright, we got an S on tank ops. An S on copter tactics. Oh
I
god.
guess this is stream 8.
Can I speed this up in any which
Didn't
way?
realize it was as many as 8.
Yeah, and we've skipped a lot of weeks as well.
That's true. Next, we S'd it all.
I'm
We
pretty
did-
sure we S-ranked
did
the whole
S-rank
campaign.
Everything, yes.
At least all the campaign that we played. I love all of these Polaroids. How could I forget that time that we made the red tanks hit the blue tanks? Max strikes. Max! Sniper. Wizard battle.
Yeah, you have to get 100% completion. Well,
Yeah.
97% and then rivals will be 100%.
That kind of makes sense as like that being the mission that has an unlock condition. Because it is like the only one that has an unlock condition in this version. Sammy's debut. I like those two tanks that are, or those two copters that are about to kiss.
It likes having tanks kissing. there's a whole bunch of tanks kissing. Some on a bridge, some on roads.
That medium tank was a hero. There's even more medium tanks kissing. These definitely aren't pictures of me playing the mission because everything would be much more injured.
Yeah. You asked for Everland, so you know.
No, this was good. It's been a long while since I've played the Advance Wars 1 campaign. It's very interesting to me just how pre-build centric it is. Especially because in 2, almost every map is bases.
But 2 is so much longer because of
yes,
that.
exactly.
That's what I thought when streaming it, was just that 2 is a lot longer.
Yup. The final battle in 7 days.
He kind of trounced Storm there.
A little bit. As God intended.
Getting the meteor on that group twice was really sexy.
Yes, that was really huge because it kind of broke everything else. All right. Thank you, Nintendo Intelligent Systems, and thank you, Way Forward, for making this. This is fun. This game's good.
I love Advance Wars.
Advance Wars was always so good. Yay.
I guess. Woo!
It's very much a Game Boy Advance game, but
And I think
that's a good
people,
thing.
That article complaining it wasn't great enough is stupid. Yeah, make sure and go complete them all. See, I want to decide what we want to do.
Cosmoland Challenge Campaign.
Oh.
Home of Challenge Pissing.
There is a challenge mode in this, just like in the original.
Mm-hmm. Why would I want to play Andy?
Yeah, right? Put Max down. Oh, oh!
What the?
Oh, it's cloning! It's Clandy!
I can't believe it.
It's Clandy!
We can buy Clandy.
We can buy Clandy! That's good. I like that.
All right. Well, I do gotta run pretty soon, but we can go purchase Clandy real quick.
Hey there!
Hey there.
Now that's
See what music we got in. Oops.
I hit B. No.
Hey there! Yeah!
That's got Rickus written all over it. Sure does.
That's right. It's Clandy.
Oh, see dossier. Oh.
Fascinating.
Ooh. Clandy's 900, unfortunately. But yeah, fuck it. Challenge campaign. Fuck us up.
Challenge Pissing. To be fair, he was a lot more indistinguishable from him in the original.
This was on the house. He repaid us the 1 coin. Let's have a look at the music.
Battlefield.
Very, very quickly.
Look. All right. Let's get down.
Ah, Clone's theme, Stern's theme. Okay. Yeah, Clone's theme. Woo.
Don't get beat.
I would never.
I love getting beat. Don't know
So I
what.
think it's those? No, that's bonus artwork. I don't know what the CO info was. I have to look that up.
Who can say?
Oh, why? There we go. CO dossier.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, this lets us look at all their stuff in here.
Mm-hmm.
Just show the Advance Wars 1, I assume? Yeah.
Currently, yes. So do you see they say Style 1? I wonder if that's Game 1, Game 2.
Ooh.
Could be. Alright. Well, I think that'll do us for now. I don't know what we're doing on next Thursday.
Probably still more Advance Wars,
A
but...
decent chance, yeah.
We'll have to figure out exactly what we want to do.
Alright. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed. We did eventually end up winning.
There are other color options. We did see them last time.
Yes. I think we can only
You
select
have
them
to
in like
see
War Room.
Yeah, if you go in the War Room, you can change their color.
Yes.
But yeah, he has to go. Alright, tomorrow I'm back with more. Well, we're back with more Tactics Ogre Reborn. I am still recruiting characters.
We sure
and doing
are.
side stuff.
Indeed.
It never ends.
It will be forever, yes.
It never ends.
Alright, well, I hope everyone enjoyed, and we will see y'all tomorrow.
Bye, everyone.